Millionaire dad watches teacher feed his disabled son and changes her life forever. Before we dive into this inspiring story, drop a comment below. Where in the world are you watching from? Subscribe and turn on notification to see more interesting tales. Money can buy almost anything. Private jets, luxury cars, the best doctors money can find. But there's one thing it can't purchase, and that's what keeps CEO William Kingsley awake at night. His 8-year-old son, Oliver, has cerebral palsy. Despite William's millions, despite the top specialists and cutting-edge treatments, he watches his boy struggle with simple tasks like holding a spoon. The guilt eats at him daily. William built his tech empire from nothing. He's known for sharp deals and quiet charity work. But when it comes to his own son, he feels completely helpless. Every morning brings the same heartbreak. Oliver wakes up excited for breakfast, but his hands shake uncontrollably as he tries to grip his cereal spoon. Milk spills everywhere. Frustration builds in his little face until tears come. William watches from the kitchen doorway, his chest tight with pain. In boardrooms, he commands respect from Fortune 500 executives. Here, he can't even help his son eat cornflakes without making a mess. The condition affects Oliver's motor skills completely. Walking requires leg braces. Writing means gripping pencils so hard his knuckles turn white. Simple playground games become impossible challenges while other kids run freely. William hires the best physical therapists. He buys special equipment designed by top engineers. Nothing seems to make enough difference. Each night, he stares at his ceiling wondering if he's doing enough, or if enough even exists. 20 miles across town, Sophia Bennett arrives at work before sunrise. The special education building needs repairs everywhere. Peeling paint covers cracked walls. Old desks wobble on uneven legs. The heating system breaks down twice a month. She doesn't complain. This place holds her heart for a reason most people don't know. 15 years ago, Sophia's younger brother Marcus was born with similar challenges. She watched her parents fight insurance companies for basic services. She saw Marcus struggle in schools that didn't understand his needs. She witnessed his tears when kids stared or laughed. Those memories fuel every lesson she teaches now. Every patient moment spent helping a child hold a crayon. Every encouraging word when tasks feel impossible. Every celebration of the smallest victories. The school district barely funds her program. She spends her own paycheck on classroom supplies. She stays late creating teaching materials by hand. She dreams of a place where kids like Marcus and Oliver could truly thrive. Meanwhile, William sits in his corner office surrounded by awards and achievements. His company just signed another $1 million deal. His bank account grows daily. Yet he feels powerless watching Oliver struggle with a simple sandwich at lunch. Two worlds exist separately, one of unlimited resources, one of unlimited heart. Neither parent realizes their paths are about to cross in the most unexpected way. A chance encounter will bridge the gap between corporate success and classroom dedication, creating something beautiful from shared purpose. William's afternoon meeting gets cancelled last minute. Instead of returning to his office, something pulls him toward Oliver's school. He tells himself it's just a quick check, maybe grab lunch with his son. The parking lot sits nearly empty. Most parents won't arrive for another hour. William walks through the quiet hallways, his expensive shoes clicking against worn linoleum floors. He reaches Oliver's classroom and stops outside the door. Through the small window, he sees something that makes his breath catch. Sophia sits beside Oliver at a small round table. A plastic tray holds mashed potatoes, green beans, and apple slices. Oliver's hands shake as he tries to grip his spoon, but it keeps slipping from his fingers. Any other adult might rush to help. Sophia doesn't. She waits patiently while Oliver struggles, her face calm and encouraging. When he finally manages to scoop a tiny bit of potato, she claps softly. "Look at that! You're getting so much stronger," she says with genuine excitement. Oliver beams with pride. His whole face lights up over something so small. William presses closer to the window. He watches Sophia guide Oliver's trembling hand without taking control. She lets him try again and again, celebrating each tiny success like a major victory. When Oliver drops his spoon for the third time, Sophia simply picks it up and washes it clean. No frustration. No impatience. Just steady support. 20 minutes pass like seconds. William stands frozen, watching this daily routine he's never seen before. Sophia breaks Oliver's apple slices into smaller pieces without being asked. She wipes his chin gently when food sticks there. She makes conversation about his morning art project while helping him drink from his sippy cup. Every movement shows respect for Oliver's dignity. Every word treats him like the bright, capable boy he is, not the child with problems. Then William sees something that stops his heart completely. Oliver looks up at Sophia with pure adoration. The same look he gives William at bedtime stories or weekend park visits. But this look says something different. It says safety, understanding, acceptance. This woman doesn't just care for Oliver. She loves him. The realization hits William like lightning. All his expensive therapists treat Oliver professionally. They're kind, skilled, and helpful, but they're doing jobs. Sophia does something entirely different. She sees Oliver as her own. She celebrates his victories and supports his struggles with the fierce protectiveness of family. She's not getting paid enough for this level of dedication. William steps back from the window, his mind racing. A strange mix of gratitude and guilt floods through him. Gratitude that Oliver has someone like Sophia in his life. Guilt that he never realized how special this relationship was. His hands shake slightly as he walks toward the principal's office. The same hands that sign million-dollar contracts now tremble with a father's overwhelming emotion. One thought pounds through his head repeatedly: I have to repay her somehow. But how do you repay someone for loving your child? How do you thank someone for giving your son dignity when the world sees only limitations? How do you show appreciation for the gift of seeing your child truly happy? William knows his money means nothing compared to what Sophia gives Oliver daily. Yet maybe, just maybe, his resources could help her give that same gift to other children. The principal's office door comes into view. William straightens his shoulders and prepares to ask questions that will change everything. Comment below, what would you do if you were William? Principal Margaret Foster looks up from her paperwork as William enters her office. She's known him for 2 years through parent meetings, but something about his expression today seems different, more intense, more purposeful. William, what a pleasant surprise. Is everything okay with Oliver? He takes the seat across from her desk, his usual composed demeanor cracking slightly. I need to know about Sophia Bennett. Tell me everything. Margaret's face brightens immediately. Oh, Sophia's wonderful. She's been with us for 5 years now. The children absolutely adore her, and she has this gift for connecting with them on their level. William leans forward. What drives her? Why does she care so much? Margaret pauses, choosing her words carefully. Well, it's personal for her. She had a younger brother with special needs. That experience shaped her entire career path. She's incredible with lesson planning, Margaret continues. Always staying late, creating new teaching methods. She spends her own money on supplies when our budget falls short. Last month she bought adaptive utensils for 3 students out of her own pocket. William's jaw tightens. Teachers shouldn't have to use their personal funds for basic classroom needs. Actually, Margaret says, her voice dropping slightly, Sophia has this amazing dream she's been working on for years. She wants to build a specialized school for children with disabilities, a place designed specifically for their needs. William's attention sharpens like a laser. Tell me more. Margaret walks to her filing cabinet and pulls out a thick folder. She submitted this proposal 2 years ago. It's incredibly detailed. Architectural plans, curriculum design, staffing requirements, everything. She opens the folder, revealing pages of handwritten notes, printed research, and carefully drawn diagrams. Sophia researched similar schools across the country. She designed adaptive classrooms, therapy spaces, sensory rooms. Look at these floor plans, she thought of everything. William studies the documents. The level of detail astounds him. Every corner of this imaginary school serves a specific purpose for helping children like Oliver. The heartbreaking part, Margaret sighs, is that she's been trying to save money for this dream. She drives a 15-year-old car, lives in a tiny apartment, never takes vacations. I know she's maxed out credit cards paying for additional training courses. William's hands clench slightly. How much would something like this cost? Millions, Margaret admits sadly. The property, renovations, equipment, staff salaries for the first few years. It's just too much for someone on a teacher's salary. Margaret closes the folder. She still works on it though. Every weekend, every holiday break. I've seen her here at midnight, updating curriculum plans by lamplight because she can't afford to print everything at home. William sits back in his chair, pieces clicking together in his mind. All this time, while he's been feeling helpless about Oliver's future, Sophia has been quietly planning to help hundreds of children just like him. This isn't about charity anymore. This isn't about gratitude or repayment. This is about justice, giving someone who sacrifices everything for other people's children the chance to fulfill their calling. Margaret has no idea she just changed 3 lives forever. The next morning, Sophia stares at her phone in confusion. William Kingsley's assistant called 20 minutes ago, requesting a meeting at his downtown office. She's never been summoned anywhere by a parent before. Her hands shake slightly as she picks out clothes. Her best blouse has a small stain near the collar, but it's the nicest thing she owns. Her teaching salary doesn't leave room for business attire. The elevator ride to the 40th floor feels endless. Sophia clutches her small purse, wondering if Oliver had some kind of problem yesterday. Maybe William noticed something concerning during pickup time. The reception area gleams with polished marble and floor-to-ceiling windows. Everything screams expensive success. Sophia feels completely out of place in her simple outfit and worn shoes. William's assistant leads her through glass doors into a corner office that overlooks the entire city. William stands behind his desk, but his usual stern business expression has been replaced by something softer, almost nervous. Sophia, thank you for coming. Please, sit down. She perches on the edge of a leather chair that probably costs more than her monthly rent. Is Oliver okay? Did something happen at school? William walks around his desk and sits across from her, eliminating the formal barrier between them. Oliver is perfect. This meeting is about you. Sophia's eyebrows furrow in confusion. Me? I don't understand. Yesterday I saw you feeding Oliver lunch. William's voice carries a weight she's never heard before. I watched how patient you were. How you celebrated every small success. How you made him feel proud of himself. Heat rises in Sophia's cheeks. Oh, you saw that? I hope it was okay. I know some parents prefer dash. Stop. William holds up his hand gently. What I saw was extraordinary. You didn't just feed my son. You gave him dignity. You treated him like he matters. Sophia shifts uncomfortably. Of course he matters. All my students matter. William leans forward, his eyes intense but kind. I spoke with Principal Foster yesterday. She told me about your dream, the specialized school you want to build. Sophia's heart skips. She never expected her private hopes to reach parent ears. Oh, that's just something I've been thinking about. It's not really practical dash. I'm going to fund it. The words hang in the air like they're written in gold letters. Sophia blinks several times, certain she misheard. I'm sorry, what did you say? Your school. I'm funding the entire project. Property, construction, equipment, staff salaries for the first 5 years. Whatever you need to make it happen. Sophia's face goes completely white. Her hands start trembling so badly she has to grip the chair arms. William, that's millions of dollars. You can't be serious. I've never been more serious about anything in my life. Tears begin forming in her eyes. But why? Why me? I'm just a teacher. I haven't done anything special. William's voice becomes quiet but firm. You gave my son something I couldn't buy with all my money. You showed him he's worthy of love exactly as he is. You see his potential instead of his limitations. You celebrate his victories instead of focusing on his struggles. Sophia covers her mouth with both hands, tears now flowing freely. I can't accept this. It's too much. You've been working on this dream for years, William continues. Staying late, spending your own money, researching every detail. You've sacrificed everything trying to help children like Oliver. You deserve someone to believe in your vision the same way you believe in these kids. Sophia can barely speak through her tears. This will change everything. All those children who need specialized support? William nods. Hundreds of kids will have a place designed just for them. Their parents won't have to fight for basic services. Their teachers will have proper resources. All because you cared enough to dream big. Sophia wipes her eyes with shaking hands. I don't know what to say. Thank you doesn't feel like enough. William smiles for the first time in the meeting. Don't thank me. You're the one who's going to change these children's lives. I'm just providing the tools. Outside the office windows, the city continues its daily rush. But inside this room, two people have just altered the future for countless families they'll never meet. 3 weeks after their meeting, Sophia stands in front of an abandoned community center on Maple Street. The building looks rough, broken windows, cracked sidewalks, weeds growing through the parking lot. But she sees something completely different. William joins her outside, wearing jeans instead of his usual business suit. What do you think? Sophia walks the perimeter slowly, her mind already transforming the space. The main hall could hold 6 classrooms. That side wing would be perfect for therapy rooms. Construction begins immediately. William hires the best contractors in the city, but Sophia makes every design decision. She studies each blueprint like a treasure map, ensuring every detail serves the children who will learn here. The entrance gets rebuilt with wheelchair ramps that don't feel like medical equipment. Wide hallways allow room for walkers and mobility devices. Doorways expand to accommodate any child, regardless of their physical needs. Sophia's vision comes alive room by room. The sensory room features soft lighting, textured walls, and quiet corners for children who get overwhelmed easily. Weighted blankets and fidget tools fill custom-built storage areas. The art room has adjustable tables that raise and lower for different heights. Brushes with special grips help children with limited hand strength. Every supply gets chosen specifically for small fingers that might struggle with regular materials. William visits the construction site daily, trading his corporate meetings for hard hat tours. He watches Sophia explain her choices to confused contractors who've never built for children with special needs. "Why do we need rubber flooring in the hallways?" one worker asks. "Because some kids fall more often," Sophia explains patiently. This gives them confidence to walk independently without fear of getting hurt. The playground becomes Sophia's masterpiece. Traditional swings get replaced with supportive seats that cradle children safely. The climbing structure has multiple entry points, some for kids who walk, others for those who crawl or use mobility aids. A quiet garden area provides escape space for children who need breaks from group activities. Raised planting beds allow wheelchair users to dig in soil and grow vegetables alongside their classmates. Inside, Sophia designs curriculum around celebration rather than correction. Reading lessons focus on the joy of stories, not perfect pronunciation. Math activities use hands-on games instead of stressful tests. Each classroom has a victory wall where students display their achievements, from first words spoken clearly to successful use of adaptive utensils. Every small step forward gets recognized and celebrated. William finds himself spending more time at the construction site than his corporate office. His assistant starts scheduling meetings around his daily visits to Maple Street. One afternoon, he helps Sophia arrange furniture in the first completed classroom. She positions each desk carefully, considering sight lines and movement patterns for children with different abilities. "You know," William says, moving a reading corner closer to the window, "6 months ago I measured success by quarterly profits and stock prices." Sophia looks up from organizing adaptive books. "What do you measure it by now?" "Smiles," he answers simply. "How many genuine smiles we can create." The staff Sophia hires reflects her philosophy. Each teacher receives training in adaptive techniques, patient-centered learning, and dignity-focused interactions. They learn to see potential instead of problems, progress instead of perfection. Physical therapists, occupational specialists, and speech coaches join the team. But unlike clinical settings, they work through play and encouragement rather than rigid exercises. As opening day approaches, William stands in the completed main hallway with Sophia. Colorful artwork decorates the walls. Adaptive equipment waits in organized spaces. Everything radiates warmth and welcome. "Oliver's Haven," Sophia reads from the sign above the entrance. "It's really happening." William nods, watching sunlight stream through windows designed to inspire hope. It's not just happening. It's going to change the world, one child at a time. 6 months after Oliver's Haven opens its doors, the changes ripple through dozens of families across the city. The transformation starts with the children themselves, but spreads far beyond the classroom walls. Oliver walks through the school's front entrance each morning with a spring in his step that wasn't there before. His adaptive playground equipment has helped him build strength and coordination. More importantly, he's found his tribe. In the sensory room, Oliver bonds with Emma, a quiet girl with autism who struggles with loud noises. They create art projects together in comfortable silence, communicating through shared glances and gentle gestures. Marcus, a boy with spina bifida, becomes Oliver's closest friend. They race their wheelchairs through the wide hallways, laughing as they navigate obstacle courses designed for their abilities rather than their limitations. Parent testimonials pour in weekly. Sarah Chen writes to Sophia, "My daughter Maya spoke her first clear sentence at your school. After 4 years of speech therapy elsewhere, you accomplished in 2 months what others couldn't do in years." James Rodriguez shares his story at a school board meeting. "My son Diego was failing everywhere else. Teachers saw his ADHD as a problem to fix. At Oliver's Haven, they see it as energy to channel. He's thriving for the first time in his life." The local news discovers the school through social media posts from grateful parents. Channel 7's education reporter visits during math class, filming children using adaptive tools to solve problems with genuine excitement. "What makes this place special?" the reporter asks one student. "Nobody stares at me here," 8-year-old Lily responds, adjusting her hearing aids. "Everyone's different, so everyone's normal." The story airs during prime time, featuring interviews with Sophia and several families. Within days, the school receives calls from parents across 3 neighboring counties. The waiting list grows to over 200 children. Education conferences invite Sophia to speak about her teaching methods. University programs ask her to guest lecture about inclusive curriculum design. Publishers want her to write books about dignity-centered learning. But the most meaningful recognition comes from an unexpected source. The State Department of Education nominates Oliver's Haven for the Governor's Excellence in Special Education Award. The nomination letter reads, "This school doesn't just educate children with disabilities, it transforms how society sees their potential." Sophia frames the letter in her office, but the real awards walk through her hallways every day, laughing and learning and believing in themselves for the first time. 1 year later, William stands in the doorway of Oliver's Haven's art room, watching a scene that perfectly captures everything his life has become. Sophia kneels beside Oliver at a paint-covered table, both of them laughing as they work on a messy masterpiece together. Blue paint streaks across Sophia's cheek. Oliver's hands are rainbow-colored from finger paint exploration. Their shared joy fills the room with an energy that no corporate boardroom ever contained. William thinks back to that first day when he watched Sophia feed Oliver lunch. He came to school feeling like a failure as a father, powerless despite all his wealth. Now he sees the truth: real power isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about recognizing magic when it happens and having the courage to support it. Money built his business empire, but Sophia built his purpose. She showed him that success isn't measured in profit margins or quarterly reports. It's measured in moments like this. Pure happiness between a teacher and student who see the best in each other. Oliver looks up and waves at his father, paint dripping from his fingers. "Dad, look what we made." The artwork looks like abstract chaos to untrained eyes, but William sees something beautiful. He sees his son's confidence, Sophia's patience, and the result of 2 people who refuse to accept limitations. This story began with a simple lunch feeding and grew into something that touches hundreds of lives. It proves that the most powerful changes often start with the smallest acts of kindness. Sometimes the heroes aren't wearing capes or making headlines. Sometimes they're teachers who stay late, parents who pay attention, and children who remind us what really matters. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Your support helps us share more hidden heroes like Sophia. Share this story, it might inspire someone to change a life today.